All right. Coulomb's law. The definition of Coulomb's law is electric force depends on the strength of the charges and the distance between them. So what's the equation? The equation is F equals K, Q1, Q2, over D squared. F is force. I won't write that one down because that should be pretty clear. K is a constant. It's called Coulomb's constant. The value for K is 9 times 10 to the 9th power. Q is charge. So Q1 is charge 1, Q2 is charge 2. And D is the distance. I'm not going to write that one down just because that's straightforward. It's been the same all year. Okay, so let's do the example. An electron and a proton of a hydrogen atom are separated by a distance of 5.3 times 10 to the negative 11th meters. What is the magnitude of the electric force? Should say if the charge is plus or minus 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. Okay? All right, so let's set up the equation. Let's do knowns and unknowns. Let's do all that. So what is the electric force? F equals question mark. They're separated by a distance, so D is 5.3 times 10 to the negative 11th. It says the charge of the proton or an electron is the same, so Q equals 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. So let me show you how I set this up. Let me show you how I solve it, and then we'll go from there. F equals K, which is always the same value. It's 9 times 10 to the 9th. Times Q1. We'll use the proton for Q1, 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. Times Q2, which is also 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. Divided by the distance between them, which is 5.3 times 10 to the negative 11th, and that is squared. Okay, before I solve this out, I want you to write something down. Do not plug in the charge signs. Notice I did not make one positive 1.6 and I did not make the other one negative 1.6. I made them both 1.6. Don't plug in a negative sign for the 1.6. There is no direction with this. When an electron is a negative charge, that's not a direction. We can only plug in directions. So don't plug in a negative there. All right, if you need to borrow a calculator, come on up and get one. You're going to need them today, so come get one if you need one. Come on down. Brain check can't be the only one.
I still know I'm doing it for you.
Well, I haven't solved it yet, so. All right, let's solve this sucker. 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th times 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th. If you have not done scientific notation in a while, which you may not have, here's how you do it. Put the number in first, 1.6. Do the scientific notation button. On my calculator, it's a little button that says double EE. It's above the 7. So I do second, hit that. That is scientific notation. I don't need to put times. I don't need to put 10. I just put that. Then I do the power. The power is negative 19. And then I just keep doing the math. Times 1.6 negative 19. You should get 3.04 times 10 to the negative 38. So I'm just rewriting this here. Yeah.
Did you write 1.9?
Yeah, I did. Thank you. 1.6. So that's 2.56. Thank you. Divided by. Square this number. Okay, 5.3. Hit that EE if you got it. If you don't have an EE, I'll show you what to do instead. That's negative 11 squared. That's 2.809 times 10 to the negative 21st. Now, if you don't have a TI calculator, you might have a Casio. If you have a Casio, you're looking for a button that looks like this. At the bottom, usually under the 3, it'll say times 10 to the x, or it'll say EXP. I just want you right now to plug into your calculator these numbers. I just want you to do 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th times 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19th, and make sure you get 2.56 times 10 to the negative 38. And I want you to square 5.3 to the negative 11th, and make sure you get 2.809 to the negative 21st. I'm just trying to make sure you're getting the right numbers, because it's easy to get the wrong numbers, and I don't want that to mess you up. So go ahead and do that now. Make sure you're getting the right numbers on your calculator. If you're having trouble putting it in, raise your hand. I'll come help you. When you do the negative, use this one here. And then it should be a negative 38, so when you plug it in, you do 1.6 exponent 19, and then hit this negative button. And then do it. Yep. Okay, don't raise it up. let's go ahead and finish the problem out. So to finish the problem out, I'm going to take 2.56 times 10 to the negative 38 divided by 2.089 times 10 to the negative 24 first. So 2.56 to the negative 38 divided by the answer I just got gives me 9.11 times 10 to the negative 18. I'm going to multiply that number by 9 times 10 to the 9th. And I get this final answer. Force is 8.2 times 10 to the negative 8th. They're not usually going to be this small.